So, we're talking about the theme for this week, which is prevention, power, and the systems that save us. And one of the questions that came in was, what were the early signs that something wasn't right? And how did I know it was time to finally listen to my body? As many of you know, in 2017, I was in the best shape of my life. My career was at an all-time high. Things were going really well, and then I was diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer. And so, this question of what were the early signs, I can tell you that I didn't know any. I didn't have any early signs. I think maybe I might have been ignoring signs because I lacked that self awareness. And that self awareness came at a cost of burnout. Um, your body, I believe, whispers before it screams. And I think my body was whispering that there was something wrong. It happened to have been October. I was going for my annual breast exam. Um, and I think the lack of self awareness, the lack of spending time listening to my body, quieting all of the outside noise so I could turn internally and listen to what my body was saying, that was missing in my life because I was go, 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 go all the time, as sometimes women are, right? I was starting a business, I was working in corporate, I had a young daughter, I had my family. There was a lot going on, and I was not paying attention to those little whispers. And so my body decided to scream with the results of a metastatic breast cancer diagnosis from my mammogram. So, yes, I was in peak health when I was diagnosed. And specifically, so I was in peak health when I was diagnosed. That taught me that healthy is not just what healthy means is not just your how much you exercise every week, how much you weigh, what your diet is, right? It really taught me that health is much more than just physical. It's your mindset. It's having an awareness. It's being in the present moment. It's being able to calm your mind and listen and quiet out the noise. So to me, I may have been in great physical shape. I was at an ideal weight. I had less than 22% body fat. I was exercising. I was living WildFit. So I had just finished the WildFit program. And to me, that was healthy. But health is way more than just the physical state, it's the mental state. And now I realize that um, there was too much chaos. I was going all the time and I wasn't stopping to do mindset resets, and I wasn't stopping to relax and be present in the moment as much as I probably should have been. So, another question is, how did my cancer journey change my relationship with success and productivity? Well, it certainly taught me a lesson on the importance of being aligned living versus the hustle culture, right? Sometimes there's this notion that the busier you are, the better it is, right? That it's a button, it's a honor, it's pride to be able to say, "Man, I was so busy today. I got so much stuff done." And people are like, "Ooh, that's great, busy, 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 busy." And a lot of times it's just noise. And so I believe that you can't heal in the same system that you're burning out in, right? If you constantly go, 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 you're going to hit a wall. And if you're constantly going, you can't heal in that kind of rhythm, that kind of path, that kind of energy and activity. So super important to do those mindset shifts, do some mindset reset, do some mindfulness, meditation, all the M's, bring them all in, and let those help craft a healthier, more vibrant you. Um, Another question is, if I could go back, what daily systems would I put in place to protect my health earlier? Well, to protect my health earlier, I think I would have put a lot more of the wellness pillar of the Vitality Life Map into my daily routine. So I had the health, I had the fitness side of things. I was working on my flexibility, my strength training, but I didn't have the wellness piece. I didn't have the mindfulness. I wasn't taking time for myself to slow down and oftentimes women when we were younger, when we were girls, and we're socialized to nurture and be caregivers and sometimes put other people's needs ahead of ourselves. I mean, how many times do we do that in our daily lives? We're running our businesses, we're focusing on our careers, we have our families, we have our children. Even our dogs and pets and cats start taking precedence sometimes. We'll do more for them than we will do for us. And when you don't take the time to do something for yourself, to make sure you're healthy in both mind, fitness, and wellness, then who are you not able to help, right? Ask yourself that question. If I am not healthy, if I don't have a healthy mind, a healthy body, then who is going to be impacted by that change in my health? It's going to be your business, your career, your family, your children, your friends, possibly your pets. So the message here is to make sure that you put your health first, you put your wellness first. And as women it's hard for us to do. And that's a lot of what the Vitality Life Map focuses on because we need to put our oxygen mask on first, right? You've all heard that. If we're not healthy, then we can't serve and help others. So you don't need to feel guilty about putting your health and wellness first. In fact, you should put it first while you're thinking about all of those people and all of those things that are going to be more served, better served because you have better health and wellness. Another question. Many women say they don't have time to focus on themselves. What would you say to them? Well, I kind of put that into what I just said, that putting yourself first isn't selfish. It's actually survival. And so just keep that at the forefront of your mind. You can't help other people if you don't help yourself first. What role did mindset and nervous system regulation play in your healing? Most importantly, I think the mindset was moving from the fixed mindset, kind of like that, why me? Why did this happen to me? Why did I have to get cancer? Blah, 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 blah. That why me, that fixed mindset. This is what it is. This is what I have. I have cancer. That's it, right? That's the fixed mindset. Moving into a growth mindset, I was able to flop the why me to, okay, what now? So I have the cancer diagnosis. I was a single mom of a young girl. She was 12. And the mindset and the meditation work helped me move from that why me victim mentality to that what now survivor mentality, the victor mentality. And that's really important in our lives because your mind controls, well, everything, but your subconscious mind probably controls 99.9999% of your thoughts, right? And most of those, if not almost all of them, of your unconscious mind are fiction. They're not even true. If you want to be a best-selling author, what you need to do is you need to sit down and take all of your unconscious thoughts that come to you, the stories, the events, the beliefs that you have, the way you see the world, write them all down and send that to a publisher. That's how you become a best-selling author because your mind is fiction. Your unconscious mind does not know what's real and what's not. It doesn't know truth and facts from false, and it doesn't even recognize negative words, right? So, mindset and working on your unconscious mind is really what helped me move through the journey with a growth mindset, constantly focusing on the what now, the what's next, instead of being stuck in that why me. Another question. What do I wish more professionals understood about burnout and disease prevention? Well, I think that burnout is there's two things here. There's being systematic, and then there is personal burnout, right? And there's actions that you can take to prevent that burnout. There are lifestyle changes that you can make that prevent you from hitting that wall. You can't think your way out of stress. You have to regulate it, right? Because when you're stressed, in fact, you can't think clearly. You can't focus necessarily on the things that need to matter at that present moment. So, you know, get lower your stress so you can regulate and understand and focus on the things that are truly important in that moment and not the things that aren't. How do I balance science-based systems with intuition when it comes to health and healing? Well, so a lot of what I do is based on science. It's based on the facts and proven techniques. But there's also this internal self-awareness that you need to focus on, and that comes with the mindset work. That comes from the wellness pillar in the Vitality Life Map. You can have it all externally, but if internally your mind and your body are not connected and they're not moving you towards the goals and the right things and what you want to focus on in life, then you're out of balance. And that being out of balance is what can really prevent you from having the most vibrant life and achieving the goals, whether it's in your business, your career, with your family, with your children. All of that comes from being in balance. And you have to have the wellness side, you have to have the reduced stress, the mindfulness, the being present to have that balance so you can achieve the goals and really achieve the purpose that you want to achieve, that you want to thrive. Wellness is a very important part of that. Um, what are three small changes someone could make this week to lower stress and increase energy? Well, I would start small. And when I say start small, is if three small changes someone could make this week to lower stress and increase energy. One, and I think the biggest one is just gratitude, right? When we are grateful, when we are expressing gratitude for the things in our life that we have and that we love, even taking 3 minutes to just write a list of all the things that you're thankful for, that you're grateful for in your personal life, in your business, in your career. Maybe it relates to your health, your family, your friends. Write all of those down. 3 minutes of true focus on the things that you're grateful for will significantly reduce the stress. And it also reminds your unconscious mind, who's listening and seeing and hearing everything all the time. It never shuts off. But it reinforces with your unconscious mind what's really important to you. And once your unconscious mind and your body are in tune with the things that it believes are important to you, then it's going to start working as hard as it can all the time to help you achieve those things. So the first small thing I would say would be gratitude. Grab a journal and write down some gratitude, some things that you are thankful for. The next small thing that you can do is just find 1 minute in your day and do a small little breathing technique. I call the let go technique, right? It's inhale for 2, hold for 2, and exhale for 6. And what you're doing is when you're inhaling, you're saying out loud or thinking to yourself, let. And then you're holding your breath for 2 seconds. And then when you exhale, you're thinking or saying, go. So it's let, hold, and then go. And when you're exhaling, you want to take a long 6-second exhale. Really let the exhale always be longer than your inhale. And you can do this technique, by the way, in any situation, anytime during the day. You could be in a very heated argument, or someone could just be very they could be very mean to you, or they're expressing a lot of negative energy. And before you fly off the handle and take it personally, do a couple let go breathings. You can do it in your mind. They don't even have to see that you're breathing and doing this process, and you're saying let, and then you're saying go. And it's going to bring you back to a more calm, present state so you can react appropriately and possibly not react in a way that you might regret later. And then the last question I see here is what message would I share with someone who's scared, burnout, or facing a health wake up call right now? Well, I would see I would say that hope and resilience is always the bigger mission, and it's what's pushing the community and the work that I do, because I have been in that place. The other thing I would say is make sure that you surround yourself with knowledgeable professionals, health coaches, whatever that you have available that is also focusing on the other aspects, right? They're focusing on your health and your diet and your nutrition. They're focusing on increasing your exercise, maintaining a fitness level, putting movement into your life as you're going through this. And then that they're also focusing on your mind, right? Your mind can heal your body. And if you have the right mindset and you have a growth mindset and you can approach a very catastrophic health diagnosis or moment in your life with a growth mindset and be thinking, okay, what now? I have this. What now? What's next? That's going to get you through that journey in a more positive and peaceful way than being stuck in that, why me? Why did this have to happen to me? So, thank you.